Welcome to Go Beyond Busy, the Small Business Growth Podcast, hosted by Christine Abela, business consultant and tech specialist. In this episode, Christine is joined by Monika Bliesze, New Zealand distributor for Heat It. They talk about what really changes when you move from loving a product to actually selling it, and how to build trust in a new market.
Hi, I'm Christine from Go Beyond Busy. I'm here today with Monika Bliesze, who is in Papamoa in the Bay of Plenty in the North Island of New Zealand. And she runs a company that are the New Zealand distribution partners for Heat It. How are you today, Monika?
I'm good, thank you.
Very good. Tell me, Monika, what have you learned about running a business that you wish you'd known earlier?
Probably that being absolutely enthusiastic about a product is not everything you need to know when you want to run a business. So when we came to New Zealand and realized that this product we're talking about is not available here yet, we decided we need to bring it here because it's fantastic, because it treats insect bites just with heat, which is so good to have here in New Zealand. And we talked to lots of people and they said, well, that's awesome. You need to bring it here. Yes, go for it. But then when you bring it here and actually swap sides from being a fan to being the business owner, all of a sudden people start saying, oh, does that really work? Are you serious? That might be expensive. That's new. I haven't heard about that. As soon as you are serious in business and want to earn money with what you do, people see you from a different angle. Yes, you need enthusiasm, you need the positivity, but you need lots of more in the back. So this is, the probably biggest thing I wish I'd known earlier.
So I've got a couple of questions coming out of that. First of all, I'd like you to explain what the product is, but I'd also like you to tell me, how are you overcoming that? How are you letting people know about the product?
Let's start with the product first for people to understand. It's a tiny little device, and I have it here right on my house key. For the people who are listening, it looks like a tiny USB-C or USB stick that you can directly plug into your phone. That opens an app, and you can treat insect bites just with pressing a heat plate directly to the bite side. The local heat treatment then reduces the histamine release and the skin, and this again then helps to reduce pain and itchiness of all sorts of insect bites. How do we overcome this? Yes, with starting to be really professional about it, starting to step back from being, hey, this thing is cool and it works and it feels like magic, to finding a bit more a professional voice. Finding, especially with this being a medical device, finding the right wording, how to describe it, what is allowed, what claims are you allowed to make, that you don't sound like these influencers where everything is just awesome, because we don't want to make promises that don't work. We for ourselves know what it does for us, but that doesn't mean that it does the same for everyone out there. And being more professional about the way how to talk about it, how to reach out to retail partners, how to reach out to our audience on markets or shows. This probably was the main shift.
Were you able to get some help from the parent company? One of my previous guests on this podcast was Lucas from the head company. So were you able to get some help from them to do these things?
Definitely, yes. One of the most important things they provided for us is all of their artwork and assets. So we didn't have to reach out and find a photographer, videographer, and build all our assets new. So we were able to use the professional materials. They have a sheet that explains which wording we are allowed to use. We just fitted that together with what MedSafe wants us to do and to say. So we're able to combine these two aspects of it. Then we always are allowed to reach out to them if we have questions. If we are not sure on how to market or how to present ourselves on social media, they always have an open ear for us, and they share their own learning curve and their own problems they were facing during their journey. They connect us with their international partners. Like, we have a great person in the USA who is a salesperson, and that definitely helps a lot.
So you are selling this product both wholesale and retail in New Zealand, is that right?
Yes, that's right. We have our website, our online store where you can directly buy the product, but we also looking for retail partners all over New Zealand. Our network is quite nice, yet I feel we are far north as Kaitaia and down south in Goa, and lots of spots in between, mostly outdoor shops. A few pharmacies on board, that could be more. And of course, we would like to find more retail partners because some people just simply don't want to buy online. Some people, especially looking at the travelers, can't buy online. Most of the bites normally happen when you're out and about in the camper van or in the bush on a hunting trip. And then normally you don't have time to order online because you don't have an address or you don't stay long enough on one spot to wait for the shipment to arrive. So therefore, for us, it's really important to find retail partners that are well known, sorted with everything they have and offer, and are willing to stock heater as well.
So you sent me one of these devices and I really like it. I've got mine on a lanyard so that I can keep it with me wherever I am. And later this year, I'm going to go to Stewart Island, which you didn't mention. You said you were as far south as Gore, but you didn't say Stewart Island. So I'll take it to Stewart Island and make sure it works for their nasty, bitey things. But how do people normally carry it?
That's quite individual because it's so tiny, it's quite easy to carry it. I personally have mine on my house keys, as I showed earlier. My husband has his on his car keys.
Mhm.
What I've heard as well from people just having it in their kitchen drawer, but then they might not have it when they need it. But as it's so tiny and lightweight, you also can easily just take a little carabiner hook and just click it onto your backpack. So it's always at hand when you need it.
Very cool. And so I've used it mostly for mosquito bites. What else can it be used for other than mosquito bites?
Basically, you can use it for every bite or sting that causes this histamine reaction in the skin. There is a certain kind of spider, I think it's not a New Zealandic spider, where you should not use it because heat and the poison do not work good together. But I use it for the coastal biting midge, which, to be fair, is, in my opinion, way worse than the sandflies. But yes, for sandflies, wasps, bees, mosquitoes. I've never seen a horsefly in New Zealand, but in Germany, I used it for them as well. Yeah, so there is lots of use cases for it. And you can even, if you're interested in diving deeper, there's lots of reviews on Amazon where people describe where they're using it for.
Are the rules that we need to follow to be MedSafe compliant in New Zealand similar to other countries? So you've been able to take the wording from other countries that are selling this, or is it different everywhere?
I just can compare Germany and New Zealand.
Mhm.
And Germany is really strict. And this is why all the certificates from Germany work very well here. The wording for pharmacies is basically the same. So you're not allowed to say it does heal or it will stop. You always have to be relative, say it can help to reduce and things like that. And you need, of course, the medical background for it. So Committee did a big study on it with over 12,000 treatments where they tested different insects. And I think Lucas mentioned that when he was talking to you with the 81% reduction of the itchiness within 5 minutes. So this is because this is medical confirmed. We are allowed to claim that. And we are allowed to claim what is in several other studies done by other researchers.
If somebody listening is also thinking of marketing a medical device or a medical product of some sort, what advice do you have for them in doing that? Is there special things they need to know?
I think what is important when doing so is to have a look in the regulations. And what we realized when we registered the product with MedSafe, they were really helpful. So we had them on the phone and we were talking to them. I think this is the most important thing. Be honest about what you have, what you offer, and talk to the people who are in charge. And normally, this is typical for New Zealand. What I love about New Zealand, people always are helpful as long as you're honest. And then you know what you can do and what you can't do.
Very cool. Thank you very much for joining me today, Monika. I've enjoyed talking with you. I will put Monika's contact details, including the website where you can buy one of these things, underneath this video. And if anybody would like to have a chat about their business, they can reach out to me for a free business strategy session. Thank you very much, Monika.
Thank you.
Head to gobeyondbusy.com to find Monika's contact details or to book a free business strategy session with Christine and learn how to grow your business with the right systems in place.